right. Hey guys, it may be a little bit of echo. Mark, can you mute me? Just mute yourself for a second. Okay. Just a little bit of echo because I am in Georgia currently right now, and my guest is on the line, but we're going to get through it. So the behind the scenes is truly the behind the scenes. I'm in my office here in Augusta. I know y'all thinking she's got another office. Yep, I have offices like personalities. I have a lot of those. But it's Black History Month, and you know I'm Black, and I know you're excited about that. So we're going to be talking about that. My guest is the founder and the CEO of the African American Entrepreneur Association, Leslie Giscombe. So I am very pleased to have him on the show, and we're going to be talking about all things Black. Okay, Mark, you gotta play this. Ooh, you gotta play the song because people have to hear it. But is it going to echo? As long as I don't say anything, it won't echo. Is that it?
It might. Well, I could play a little bit. Let me know if you hear anything.
I can mute me. I just remembered it's not going to work. So go to the part where it says Black, Black, so at least my watchers can hear that part. Okay, that was just for you guys. Mark's gonna have to insert it because there's a echo because I'm in Georgia. All right, Mark, I'm just gonna go in. Welcome back. Nope, it's not welcome back. That's when I come back from my break. See, that's why it's behind the scenes. You are listening to Today with Pastor Jay, and it is Black History Month. And you know, like I know, I'm Black. If you didn't know before, you know now. And every day I'm Black. Every month I'm Black. But this month I'm Blackity, Black, because I am proud to be Black. My highly esteemed guest is Leslie Giscombe, none other than the founder and the CEO of the African American Entrepreneurs Association. Leslie, it's so good to have you on the show for Black History Month.
Oh, it is a pleasure to be here. Happy Human History Month. How's that?
It's good that you say Happy Human History Month? That's interesting because I hear a lot of people go, "Oh, Black History Month. Why are we celebrating Black History Month? We shouldn't be celebrating Black History Month. Why do Blacks have a month to celebrate?" And other people saying, Black History Month should be every day, every month. What say you?
That's correct. That's exactly why I'm going to be a contrarian this during this month, because I truly think it should be more of a Happy Human History Month, because and that's just everybody has a different belief system, but I think we're all interconnected, and I think we're all related. And sometimes people take offense or whatever the case may be, but we all have different histories. And I hope I'm coming through okay, because I know you're in Georgia, I'm here in Florida, and as we say here, we are all part of the story, young, old, present, and past. We are intertwined with all parts of history, honoring those who have walked this earth before us, while learning new ways to improve today and leading the future by leveling up our legacies. At the AAEA, we are honored to be a thread that gets to weave together all the elements that make up our lives and legacies. And that's basically how I see it. We sometimes we do things and we don't think about what we do, but I think for good or for bad. And I'm looking into it maybe deeper than other people are when I say Happy Human History Month. But it's great because we can all learn from our history, and we can all build a legacy. And to me, it's all about our mindset. So thank you for having me on.
All right, so we say and you're welcome, Happy Human History Month, but you have the African American Entrepreneur Association, not the Human Entrepreneur Association. What's so important about highlighting Black entrepreneurs?
because of the history, obviously, the disproportionate, the equal but unequal treatment. You want to put it that way, and basically, it has a lot to do with our history and the way I would say what do you call it? The economics and corporate America was established. It didn't truly have black wealth in mind, and so forth. So, it basically used black equity, and that is human capital, to build their wealth. So that's why it's important that we highlight and we try to change that mindset when it comes to helping to level the playing field and just allowing I would say African American entrepreneurs being a advocate for allowing more resources to be eligible, to I would say to not elude them as it usually is in the past, but to make it more available to that group here in the United States. So, we're not just here in Florida. We're in 5 different states, and we provide resources when it comes to entrepreneurship and economic development throughout those 5 different states, and growing. We plan on adding 2 more states in 2024, but that's really our main focus is just to level the playing field and to have more access to these resources to the black business owners across the United States.
You have been such a friend to me and to Today with Pastor Jay. You've been on my show several times, and I just realized I never asked you why you started the AAEA, how you got involved, where that idea came from, and how you went from saying, hey, let's do this, to now you're in 5 states, about to be in 7 different states. Did you even imagine you would be here?
No, well, let me answer the first question. And the first question is, why did I do it? Everyone's journey is different. So my journey was entrepreneurship world ever since I was a teenager, and then I took that route for the majority of my life, and I had a turn, and I had an experience in my life where I decided during our last the economic depression that we had in 2009, 2008, I decided to go back and finish my education, and I think that was the journey that allowed me to see the unequal and the inequities that was so heavily attributed to the African American and minority communities here in the United States when it came to economic development. So I would say that opened my eyes. And then
hold on just one moment. Were you catching on his side, but just not catching me?
What do you mean?
Because my computer went closed. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess it didn't affect you at all. It just affected me on my side. Sorry about that. Okay.
Good.
Leslie, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought.
I'll just pick it up. Yeah, I'll pick it from there. So anyway, after finishing up my graduate studies in international business, I decided that I would have a different direction, and I would take a different direction with my life, and that would be more of to stop chasing. They say, once you get to a point in your life where you're not chasing the money, you start looking at, okay, so what legacy am I going to leave behind? What kind of impact am I going to have on my community? Okay, and when I say my community, that was abroad, so it wasn't my immediate community, but it was my, in a sense, my community as an African American living in the United States. And with all of the information that I found that I realized and that I ran into regarding the inequities and the marginalization of that community, I realized that there's a lot of work to be done. And I just decided to take up that challenge. So, you know, my first act in that, taking up that challenge, coming up with the idea, was going back to, you know, my undergrad university, where they had a really great entrepreneurship program, and asking them would they be willing to get involved, and that was the Warrington College of Business at the University of Florida. And from day one, they were, you know, 150%. They were said, you know, whatever you need, Les, we think it's an awesome cause. And would you believe it, today, our organization is the only private nonprofit that they have a direct link off of their website, which is amazing.
Wow.
That is something that I would never thought would happen. Yeah. So if you go on the University of Florida, Warrington College of Business Entrepreneurship Program, you will see a link, our logo, indicating proud partner of the African American Entrepreneurs Association, the only private organization on that website. And, you know, I pinch myself sometimes because, you know, you do things sometimes and you don't realize the impact. But so that was the beginning of, I would say, validating.
Well, we got to take a break. We're going to talk about that and some more things. Okay, Mark, let's try this again. We've got a break. We're going to talk about that and some more things. Don't go anywhere. Don't tip out. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. You want me to say that over, Mark? Mark.
I think we got it.
Okay. Am I good, Mark? You okay with me?
You got it? Oh,
yeah, you're good.
Got it? Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. That's the end of
Because
that
I'm in Georgia and my guest is in Florida, there's a little echo, so the studio is having to mute and unmute, so I apologize, guys. You can listen to this on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on WNZF. You can also listen to us on Alexa. Yeah, the Alexa device. I had to think about that for a moment. On TuneIn, you can get it like that. Okay.
And Geraldine, we're gonna find out how talented Mark is. I'm sorry. I'm sure you know.
Why? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
No. Can you hear me, Geraldine?
I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was saying when Mark puts this puzzle all together, we will see how talented he is.
Listen. I've had some major
Mark,
mess-ups.
I know Mark can do it. I've
seen Mark do some things. I don't even know how he does it. He is gifted and talented and anointed, and I'm grateful. All right, Mark, I'm just going to go in. Welcome back. You listen to Today with Pastor Jay, and it is Black History Month, and I'm talking to one of my favorite Black people. I can say that because I can. And that will be Leslie Giscombe, who is celebrating Happy Human History Month. He is the founder and the president, CEO of the African American Entrepreneurs Association, which is now in 5 states. He's going to launch out to 2 more states. 7 states coming in 2024. So, Leslie, I have a question. When I look at the AAEA, it started right there in Little, have grown so much out of you, and I'm so thankful for what you. I've also seen how cultures and races have helped and assisted with the AAEA, and how you have been able to educate them. And speaking about the importance of Black-owned businesses, how has that impacted your life and being able to see that unfold in real time?
I think it's great. I think the important thing is, back to one of the questions you asked me, was I think the important thing is that you stick to your mission. So, you know, and I had a vision of starting an organization that will teach, educate, connect, and be an advocate for this particular cause, and that is economic development within we call it BIPOC community, Black, Indigenous people, and Blacks and minorities in a sense. That's all included in that. But I envision putting together an organization that would bring subject matter professionals together to the table to be able to educate our community in how to run sustainable businesses. So, and that would be all sorts of segments of entrepreneurship and so forth like that. So that's basically, I didn't want it to be about me. I know there's a lot of coaches out there, and a lot of it they're promoting themselves, and that's okay because they're a coach. Okay, but I wanted this to be more of a organization that focused on resources. So a couple of things. We're like right now we're partnered with Embry-Riddle University. Veterans Entrepreneurship Program, where we'll eventually be having an office in that location, being able to bring a lot of our resources to the students, and especially to that program. And a lot of our subject matter professionals are a part of what we do. So we're a national program that people can tap in no matter where they are in the United States. I mean, we have people calling us all over. And that's for that reason, because of the resources. A recent partnership that we're finishing up right now is one with the U.S. Census Bureau, where they have a business data software that helps any business do more research into the segment that they're planning or they're hoping to go into, that would ask a lot of questions that they should ask, or that's available for them in that data bank that is focused on their particular industry, and pretty much will help them with their strategic planning. So this is a partnership, private government partnership that they are having, and that they partner with certain organizations that are promoting economic development within the minority and African American community. So we're happy to eventually get that going and finalizing that real quick. A part of the different other things that we do, a partnership with Grow with Google, another partnership that we have with Shopify. These are all national programs that we're privileged to be a partner with, to be able to bring to our community. And these are things that, if you think small, you don't attract some of these organizations. So that's one of the reasons why I like to think global, in a sense. So not just national, but globally. So this way you're serving a broader audience, and that's the awesome thing about when you're in that virtual world. So that's the positive thing I think that came out of COVID for us, and that was to change our model more in a sense to be able to build our capacity through using these technologies as that whole virtual space. So happy to be here, happy to serve, happy to impact.
You mentioned COVID, which leads me to think about all the work from home businesses. Since 2020, a lot of people have started businesses. They've been working from home. Have you seen a rise in Black owned work from home businesses since then?
Those numbers have jumped. And one of the things that we tell people a lot of times is that years ago.
Hold on one minute, Mark. Did you get that? Mark, did you get that? Because I didn't hear the answer.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't hear any of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leslie.
Yeah, no. One of the things that I think COVID has done is to allow people to start building their virtual platforms. And understanding the possibilities of growing your business and not having those barriers that were there, those barrier to entry that are involved in some industries, they're no longer there. So you really don't have an excuse to venture out in the entrepreneurship world because of all of those platforms that are out there. I mean, you see the commercials on how effective Shopify helped small businesses and help people launch their business. Shopify has a program right now with an organization that we're partnered with that has committed $130 million towards African American and minority communities. So tap into that, and we're you can get access to that program through our platform because we're partnered with them. So, the whole virtual world has really reduced the barrier to entry, and it has reduced cost to operate your own, I would say, virtual business in a sense, or your whole storefront in that sense. So you don't have those expenses as far as that's concerned. So I just see that I think a lot more African Americans have joined into that space, and now it's just a matter of how do they market and how do they promote effectively in that space. And that's why we have this whole thing with Grow with Google that starts actually this evening. We have a program that starts. It's a 6-week 4-cohort program that's starting on our platform, Grow with Google. It begins tonight at 6 p.m. And it will continue for 6 weeks. There, like I said, there are 4 cohorts involved, and Google is an amazing tool that people are going to have to learn to use. I mean, there are a bunch of people getting laid off right now. I'm sure you see that in the news. So, this is not an easy time to look for a job. So, entrepreneurship is an option that a lot of the resources that we have that will help you in that space and to grow your business. Mm-hmm.
Mark, real quickly, I don't think I have time to take a break and come back in. So am I right? Because I was losing connection over here. Okay. So I will mention my sponsors at the end, and I'm just going to go with the final question, Leslie, to ask you, and then we're going to close out. Okay.
Sure. Am I okay, Mark? Am I doing all right? Am I?
You're doing great. I can hardly hear anything over here because my signals are bad. So there's that.
Mark is getting it. Mark is getting everything. Okay, cool.
And I want to thank you because you are the perfect guest, because the way my signal is, I'm up here like trying to get back in, and thankfully you're still talking. So it's working out perfect.
I'm still talking. I mean, where I am right now, I have fiber. I'm clear. I got good signal.
Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm in my new office and I haven't plugged anything in, so it's a mess over here. Okay. I've got to ask, do you have a favorite African American throughout history that have inspired you, or that you would consider your hero?
Wow. Booker T. Washington.
Right.
I hope you're hearing me.
And why is that?
And the reason why is because I truly appreciated his mindset towards industry. He was a really industry guy. He was also he was also an educator in a sense. But I love the way he combined industry within his model of where. I'm sorry. Of where he thought.
I'm back. I didn't hear any of it, but Mark, you got it though, right?
No, Mark, I'm not even done. I gotta do this over, guys. You kept on coming in, Geraldine, and I wasn't sure what's going on. But anyway, all right, Booker T. Washington is my man, and the reason being is because the way he integrated the educational aspect and the industry aspect to where the African American community needed to go at that time, and so I loved his balance between them, and it's important because we can see today that it's great to have an education. It's also great to combine it with a skill, because you just never know in life what can happen. And he was really heavily involved with industry, and I think it's great because it shows that if we focused more on industry and utilize our education, we would have a lot of African American owners of manufacturing companies. Put it that way. And I understand our history. We have a history of I would say creating different things and being inventors and so forth. But there was a time, obviously, where we weren't able to purchase the patent because of our color. So there's generational wealth that we help to build for other generations and not ours because of that. So, but he was heavily involved in industry, and I really appreciate that about him. And I he stands out a lot to me in that sense. So I think industry is something that we need to focus on more and understand the importance of it and how it allows us to be independent.
Well, I want to thank you again, Leslie, for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts. It's always great to have you on here. You're welcome to come back anytime. And for those of you who want more information, you can go to the AAEassociation.org. He has all kinds of classes, several things going on, and that is AAEassociation.org. All right, guys, you know what I say? Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? You're going to thank my sponsors. Give a shout out to Steve Verrier, the FloridaMortgageCenter.com, and also to Church on the Rock. God bless you guys, and thank you, and have a wonderful, happy human month. All right, is that it? Mark, I'm sorry.
Geraldine, say it again. Happy Human History Month.
Have a wonderful. Let me do that part. Have a happy Human History Month. Okay, you got it, Mark. Got to cut out the Happy Human Month. It's Happy Human History Month. Thanks. Thank you, Leslie.
All right, Joe. Thank
All right, you take care. God bless you guys. Oh, hey, Leslie, one thing about my niece. It's going to be. Oh, he just hung up. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.